Hey, welcome back to the Academic Society. Today we're doing things a little different. Instead of me giving you advice on how to be a good grad student, I'm going to share all the things that you should not do to be a good grad student. This is actually going to be a case study based on Netflix's TV show, You. So even if you haven't watched that TV show, you can get advice from this video. So if you're interested in learning the 5 things you should not do in grad school, keep watching this video. Hey, I am Toyin, the founder of the Academic Society. Welcome to my channel. I help graduate students with productivity, organization, time management, and I just give grad school advice. I recently got my PhD in math a couple years ago. Now I have my dream job as a lecturer, and I also make these YouTube videos to help graduate students. So let's get into what we're talking about today. So a few weeks ago, I watched the Netflix series. I think it used to be on Lifetime. It's called You. If anyone watched Gossip Girl, Dan Humphries from Gossip Girl is like a stalker in there. But anyway, the object of his affection is someone who is in graduate school, and let me tell you, she did a lot of things wrong in this show, but the thing that really stood out to me is how awful of a graduate student she was. So I thought I would make this video as a response to that TV show and to share how you cannot be like Beck from the TV show You. So let's start with some of the things she did wrong, and then I will point out one thing that she actually did right. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that she would do wrong is procrastination. And we all procrastinate. It's a thing. However, she was irresponsibly procrastinating. Let me tell you. So she would have deadlines due, writing to get done, and the night before she would still go out with her friends. Why would she do that? It was so frustrating. So if you have a deadline due and you've procrastinated, don't still go out with your friends. Tell your friends, you know what, I'm gonna have to catch you next time. I have work to do. So I really think the big issue is her friends just didn't understand how important graduate school was and how much time it would take for her, and she never communicated that with her friends. She didn't set their expectations. I kind of stopped talking to so many of my friends when I was in grad school. We would just check in with each other here and there, but then after grad school was done, we picked up exactly where we left off. It's just something that we have to go through in grad school. You can still see your friends, you can still hang out with your friends, but you do have to prioritize grad school, and that's something Beck did not do. Another mistake she had, which a lot of people fall into this trap, she was not confident in herself, and she was actually jealous of some of her fellow classmates in graduate school. So when you go to graduate school, things are different. It's not like undergrad, and you start to feel like a small fish in a big pond, and you feel like, oh my goodness, why is everyone else so much more prepared than me? Am I the one who's falling behind? So I've talked about this a lot before. You can check out my video on like failure in grad school, but actually everyone has some kind of thing that they feel like that about in grad school. Everyone just comes in at different levels, different experiences, different backgrounds. Everyone is struggling though, and so you should feel confident in the fact that you're not alone struggling in graduate school. So instead of being jealous or competitive with your fellow cohort in grad school with you, you should ask them for help. You should talk to them. You should befriend them, which Beck ended up befriending the person that she was jealous of. But the thing that really stood out to me in the show is that she just really wasn't confident in herself, and she didn't think she could do it. And that's probably led to her procrastination, hanging out with friends, trying to avoid the problem. So another big mistake of many big mistakes that Beck did, she would come to seminars and classes unprepared. What? So she joined a new seminar, and she had to write a paper, a story. She was getting an MFA. She had to write a story for the whole group to review and critique. She didn't even have her story. What in the world? Just prepare. Like, you should always be prepared for things, especially if you're the one who's presenting. Definitely be prepared for that. So make a schedule, create a to-do list. I have multiple videos on all of those things. Manage your time, and come to class and seminars prepared. That will help you so much. All right, so the next thing is something that she did right but turned into something that she did wrong. She actually acknowledged the fact that she was procrastinating and she wasn't doing the best she could in graduate school. However, she acknowledged it and she took note of it, but she never changed anything. She knew what she was doing wrong, but she never made a change. And so I always say the biggest way to end procrastination is to do an action, to actually do something to get started. And it kind of applies here. She knew that she wasn't doing all that she could do. She wasn't doing her best in grad school, but she never made the action to change or to try to do anything a little bit different. And that was basically her downfall. And finally, the last thing that Beck did wrong is she chose a bad advisor, and that definitely happens. Choosing a good advisor, one that you can work well with, one that will help you get your degree in a timely fashion, is so important. You can have so many setbacks just because of not having a great advisor. And so Beck chose a bad advisor. However, the one thing that she did well, so this is the thing that I said, this is the good thing she did. She actually got out of the situation and got a new advisor in grad school. And so that's something that I think a lot of people don't really talk about. Even if you don't choose the right advisor at first, you can always change. And I've actually met with grad students who had a bad advisor and they ended up changing their advisor and they're having a much better experience in graduate school. Maybe it's taking 1 year longer or 1 semester longer, but the peace of mind and the mental health that you can get from working with someone who is a good fit for you is invaluable. And so if you're working with a bad advisor, definitely chat with someone about how to fix the situation or how you can move on in the least confrontational way possible. So that was one thing I was really proud of Beck for in the show. She was able to change advisors and, you know, theoretically she should have had a better experience, which she kind of did, but you know, she never changed her ways. So this is a different video for me. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you watched the show. I thought it was very interesting and it made me think about all of the things I do and how to be a little more safe. But yeah, comment below all the things you thought about this video. If you are new here, subscribe to this channel. Know a grad student who could benefit from this video, definitely send this video to them and this channel to them. I create new videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, so I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.